We're actually on time today. Just about. Which is fun. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well. It is hot this weekend. Apparently, it was 101 degrees outside, according to my weather app. Um, whenever I last updated, anyway. Hi, Rookie. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. Congrats on getting first year. I'm doing okay. I I did some lawn work at my grandma's today. I woke up and it was actually cloudy today, or cloudy this morning. Um, so I get started and I'm about done mowing, and then it starts raining. it it is a little pitter patter of rain for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then it was done. It stopped, and then the clouds moved away, and then the sun was here. Or the sun, there was no cloud cover over the sun, so had to do the rest of the lawn work in the sun, which is not fun. Um, and like it finished raining, and like almost immediately it was dried up, all dried up. It's still very hot today, even with the cloud cover. Is probably in the 90s, probably. Sure felt like it anyway. Um, and then um, I went to uh, um, I went to the park with my dad in the car. Just did like a couple circles around through the park, this park, to spin Pokestops, and then went home. So I would have been home like 30 minutes earlier, um, than I did actually was today. But we did 2 laps around the park in the car, following a route in Pokemon Go. And you have to go slow enough that the game thinks you're walking. So the car was in like neutral the whole time, basically. But yeah, I'm doing okay. I ate some food when I got home. Haven't eaten dinner yet. We're gonna have sloppy joes. Um, but I had to do dishes, so the dishwasher is probably done at this point. So I'll have to eat after stream. But I'm doing good, Ricky. I'm doing good. Hi, Mercury. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Good to see you. Hi, Mercury. You posted some very, very cute pics today, Mercury. Very, very cute. Please give Mercury a follow if you're not already. Mercury does some hand cam stuff. He's putting together a Pokemon TCG binder, and and he does art streams occasionally as well, and I think games sometimes. Um, and please give him sub love, please, please, please. If you're not already, I'm sure everyone here is already following Mercury. But please, please give him some love. He deserves it. He's super sweet. Figure out what you want to do. I see. Well, I'm probably gonna sleep through it again. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I have a um Pokemon Tabletop United gameplay session with my some friends and my brother tomorrow afternoon. So, I don't know, maybe I'll be up in time for it, but you're 2 away from 500. Let's go. Let's go. The emote's very cute. But yeah, the pics you posted today are super cute, Mercury. I don't know how it is like physically possible for someone to be so cute. Oh my goodness. Also, it is Femboy Friday, so if you missed this week's Femboy Friday post, you probably did. I posted him like an hour ago. Um, I was sitting there and I opened Twitter just on a whim, like, oh, I should probably, maybe I have some notifications I should look at or something. And then first thing I see on my For You is Mercury Slice. So I was like, oh, shoot, I need to do that. Um, So I did. This week is just some pics of the lacy thigh highs. Um, so I hadn't worn those in a while. So uh, and they're not a pain in the butt to put on. They are they're pretty. They've definitely seen better days. I got them at Hot Topic, and their stuff is not great quality. It's really not. Um, so they've got some rips and stuff, and yeah, but they're cute. They're cute. You're more heckin' cute, Mercury. Oh my goodness. The only deck you had on hand was an aircraft. I don't know what either of those are. But yes. Oh, not the Uno reverse card. Mercury has an Uno reverse card emote now. Oh, it's Pendulum No You. Okay, that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. Oh, the other one, Trap and Fusion and Synchro. Okay, I see. I see. That's pretty clever. Okay. Welcome back from the handbrake, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. Thank you. I'll link one on Discord. Thank you. Alright, Rocky, I can get you a good boy now. Thank you for being patient with me, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. How you doing? Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Sorry if I'm sniffling a lot tonight. Okay. You're very, did I say Mercury? I don't know. You're a very good boy, Rocky. Rocky, thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. boy, Rookie. Good boy. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Aw, such a good boy. Yes, you are, Rookie. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Rookie. Good boy. 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 Aw, such a good boy. Yes, you are. Good boy, Rookie. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Ricky. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Ricky. Good boy. All right, there you go, Ricky. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you for being patient with me. Sorry, it took me like 8 minutes to get to it. I apologize. Are you still here? Are you still here, Mercury? I have some card questions that I could use some input on. I don't know if you. I don't know. So, um, I have a Pokemon TCG draft cube, right? I made it out of the trick or trade bundles that they've done over the years. One of each. Water sounds, you got it. Um, and So the problem is that the trick or trade bundles only have Pokemon in them. There's no trainer cards or anything, and they're not like balanced or anything. They're just random, or not random, but they're a selection of vaguely spooky Pokemon for a Halloween theme, right? They don't even have unique set symbols or anything. They're just the straight reprint of a card with pumpkin, the Pikachu pumpkin in the corner of the art. Um, Thank you for the 7 streak, Nibiru. Thank you. Um, you had to go get clothes out of the dryer. I gotcha. No worries. I got clothes in the dryer too. I should probably go get sometime soon. Um, I could do it after stream. Um, but do you have any experience playing the Pokemon trading card game Mercury? So, um, yeah, the problem with the trick or trade bundles is that they only have Pokemon in them. So I had to source the trainer cards on my own. So basically, any trainer card that is usable is in the cube. The cube is very small because of this. Um, and oops, sorry, I don't know if that was loud. Um, and the Pokemon in the trick or trade bundles span the years 2020 to 2024. So in that span of time, there is some power creep. Not a ton, but there is some. Um, and and I haven't had the chance to like actually play with the cube yet. Um, I'm hoping I'm able to do that with some buddies soon. Um, we'll see. So like, I don't know how balanced the cube is. Um, so anyway, the Pokemon selection in the Trick or Trade bundles are heavily weighted to Psychic and Dark type Pokemon, Gengar and Umbreon and Murkrow and Houndoom and stuff, Misdreavus, uh, Drifloon, Drifblim, Houndstone, uh, stuff like that. Um, and so I've attempted to put in Pokemon. So another problem is that a lot of the Pokemon in the Trick or Treat bundles don't actually have complete evolution lines. Like they put Zubat cards in 2 of them, but no Golbat or Crobat. No Golbat or Crobat. It's just Zubat. So, and they're not very good. There's a Zubat that can retreat. You, yeah, it has an 1 cost energy move that just you put it on the bench. Switch active Pokemon with it and a Pokemon on your bench. Um, which is probably decent for like going second. Um, if you get stuck putting a Zubat on your bench, are in the active spot at the beginning of the game. I don't know. So like that's not really usable in the cube. It's kind of a boring card. Maybe the Zubat that can retreat with an attack is maybe useful for some things. That's some utility there, but the other one just hits for like 10 damage and that's it. um, so I don't have a ton of selection. I have a ton of choice as to what goes in the cube. I have some, but a lot of it is like, okay, this probably needs to go in here. Um, of course, I could just put like every single card from the trick or trade bundles I have that aren't in the cube, but I need to buy like 300 more sleeves. And I don't want to do that. And the bigger deck box. Right now, it fits really neatly in this little uh, felt deck box with a neat magnet latch. Anyway, so I was looking at them today because there's a podcast called P Cubed or P3 that they don't upload anymore on YouTube. The last upload was like 2 years ago. They started in the pandemic, and it's just a podcast about cubing in Pokemon, making Pokemon cubes and drafting in Pokemon. Um, and they were like, "Yeah, you kind of want to," and they're like, "So you can build a low power cube, mid power cube, and a high power cube. And in a high power cube, one hit KOs happen pretty regularly and stuff like that. And stage one Pokemon need to do certain things, or they should probably have utility." So I was like, okay, I should probably look at the haunters and stuff in the cube when I get home. So there's 3 Gengar lines in the cube, technically. There's 3 Gengars over the course of the trick or trade bundles. There's the one on the chandelier, which has an ability where if for whatever reason, if it's in your discard pile, you can put it onto your bench for free and then just put 3 damage counters on it. So instead of having 120 hit points, it has 90. So you could put that in any deck and play that Gengar. And the Gengar's attack is like 1 energy cost. Um, and I got really excited last night because I was looking up um, Pokemon trainer cards on eBay just to see what their costs are. And because I only have one copy of Gust of Wind, and Gust of Wind I think is a base set card. It's the card with the Weedle getting blown back by a gust of wind, right? And it lets you switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. They're active. They're active with one of their benched Pokemon. And Gust of Wind is still probably one of the best trainer cards in the game. And I only have one copy. And I think I have 2 copies of Boss's Orders, which is essentially Gust of Wind, just with a different name. um, and in the podcast they were like, yeah, probably don't use Gust unless you can make sure everyone has access to it. But like, I don't really have the luxury of like cutting it because I need as many cards in the cube as I can get, and I don't have anything better um, to replace it with. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Thankfully, Gust of Wind is like $1. So if I really wanted to, I could get like 3 more copies easily enough. And then I found I was doing some prep for my Pokemon Tabletop United campaign, um, trying to come up with this Hex Maniac NPC, so my players can get their shards crafted into evolution items and other things. Because in the PTU, it's um, you have to have novice occult education to spec into shard crafting. Um, so like a ghost type trainer or whatever, right? And none of my players have that skill, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, okay, let me come up with one that they can go to and request crafting for these shards, because one of my friends, she really likes dragon types, and she statted out. She basically, I don't know if she homebrewed it herself or if she found one, but she homebrewed a learn set and stat block for a dragon type evolution and a steel type evolution. Um, and she wants the dragon evolution. So I came up with one. Um, just an NPC. I named her Olivia. Olivia was the first thing that came to mind. But the town they're in is like this. So the setting, sorry, very much a tangent here. Anyway, the setting is like Wild West era. You know, they're searching, they're exploring this large interior of this continent, right? Large prairies and mountain ranges or whatever. And the town they're in is like a jumping off point for wagon trains and things. Um, so it's a big ranch town. There's lots of prairie and stuff like that. So there's big ranches for like Tauros and Miltank and stuff like that. And so it's like, okay, maybe Olivia, this hex maniac, is wearing like the farm outfit, the outfit that the farmers wear in Sun and Moon. And I looked it up, like, I don't know if I like that. Um, but there's a character from My Pokemon Ranch on the Wii named Haley, and she wears a pretty cute farm girl outfit. And I was like, okay, maybe Olivia's just wearing that, or maybe I could just put Haley in the game. But I kind of like the idea of a hex maniac wearing like dusty work clothes because she's out like digging for shards or something. And her partner's uh I want her partner to be something like what's it called? It was just on the tip of my tongue. The ghost Pokemon that's like in the rock. What is that called? It's that one. Um it's right there. Because there's no ghost rock type, I guess. But I'm pretty sure, because I googled ghost rock types, and then Google said there was none. There aren't any. Is Golurk ground type? I thought Golurk was rock type, but they might be ground or Golett. I don't know. um. Anyway, so I did that. Um. And then through looking up like Pokemon NPCs in like farmer outfits, is there like a guide? Yes, there is. It's online. It's a digital book. I'm sure you can print it out, but that's a lot of ink. It's they have their own website. I think it's just PokemonTabletop.com. If you Google Pokemon Tabletop United, it's the first result. The little website icon is a Drifloon. You can download their book and other supplemental things on their website. It's also a blog, but they haven't updated the blog since 2019 or 2020. They were working on a Hisuian supplement. Um, yeah, so there's the rule book and the Pokedex, and then there's the main the main Pokedex is gens 1 through 6, and then so there's a separate Pokedex for Alola, Hisui, and Galar. So it's up through Gen 8. There's stat blocks for Pokemon up through Gen 8. It's not Houndstone. What is it called? Anyway, it's a fun game. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy running it. It is a lot of math. They essentially just transferred the game from like the video game to pen and paper. So there's a lot of math, lots of rolling when you make attacks, depending on the attack. Um, my One of my players has a Trico, and I let him have Bullet Seed instead of Absorb because Bullet Seed is more fun than Absorb. But Bullet Seed is a 5 strike move, so to determine how many quote unquote times Bullet Seed hits, you roll a d8, and the d8 tells you what to multiply the damage base by, or what the damage base for the move that attack is. And then there's stab, and then there's type advantage. So in like their first conflict with a trainer, another trainer and her Pokemon, they like smoked Spritzy, just like bam, the Spritzy's dead. Because like in D&D, if you do like double a creature's hit points, they're just dead, right? And they did that to a Spritzy, and the Spritzy just went feathers. Um, but yeah, it is a fun system. In the rulebook, they're like, hey, if you want a system for like playing as the Pokemon, like a mystery dungeon kind of thing, um, their system's not really built for that. There are other systems for that, but you could certainly use PTU for a campaign where you play as the Pokemon. You for sure could do that. There's just not nearly as in depth um, character building, because then you're missing out on building your trainer and specking and statting out your trainer as well as the Pokemon. And the Pokemon do greatly benefit from having trainers which have their own abilities and orders to give Pokemon, their active Pokemon in battle, to give them buffs on their attack rolls or accuracy rolls or defense stats or whatever, right? But you certainly could use PTU for a campaign where you just play as the Pokemon. Um, I don't know if you could make a whole campaign out of it, um, unless all of your players are like, yeah, I want to play as a Squirtle for like 10 hours and then evolve into a War Turtle. I want to stay, I want to be stuck with Squirtle and its evolutions for however long this campaign goes, or whatever Pokemon they want to play as. Or maybe one that doesn't evolve at all. Um, so, yeah. Anyway, so I have some questions, I was looking for some input about the Trick or Trade Bundle cube. So in the cube right now, I have 2 Dusknoir lines. There's 2 different Dusknoir that they printed in the Trick or Trade bundles. They both have this. One has 10 more HP than the other. They both have abilities, and their attacks both take 3 energy, 2 colorless, and 1 psychic, and do the same amount of damage, 120. But their abilities are completely opposite of each other. They're both related to special energy. So one Dusknoir with 10 more HP lets you once per turn move a special energy from one Pokemon on your field to one other Pokemon. So you can move a special energy that you need on your Dusknoir to Dusknoir, or from Dusknoir to something else if Dusknoir is going to be knocked out soon and you want to save the energy from being discarded. And the other Dusknoir has 10 less HP, but its ability makes it so special energy it just nullifies their effect and just makes it so they provide 1 colorless energy. So I was like, well, they're the same thing, and they take the same evolution lines, right? They both need Dusclops and Duskull, but they don't really synergize with each other at all. So I'm wondering if I need to cut one of them. Um, there are other Pokemon I can pivot to put in the cube. In the last 2 Trick or Trade bundles, they included Houndstone and whatever the other one's called. And they do damage multiplied by the number of psychic type Pokemon in your discard pile. Um, Spooky Shot and Devour Soul. Yeah. Yes. Yes. One of them for sure has Spooky Shot. Um, yeah. One is like a little, like, kind of goofy one that looks like he might be in Paper Mario. And the other one is like, whoa, I'm cool. And he's got like a shadow ball building up in his palm. Um, those ones. So I'm wondering if I should cut one of them or both of them. Because I don't want to do that because that would cut down on the number of evolutions, stage ones and stage twos in the cube significantly. I could, of course, replace them with something, but I don't know if they would be as interesting. Um, so one rule I have to have with this cube is the mutation rule. So as long as the Pokemon is the same type, you can evolve it into whatever Pokemon as long as they're the same typing. Except for Gengar, because there's two Psychic type Gengar lines, and there's one Dark type Gengar line in the cube. Um, and they printed an Umbreon in one of the Trick or Trade bundles, but there's no Eevees. And the Umbreon card is really cool, and I want to use it. So I have to implement the rule anyway. And earlier before stream, I replaced two Haunter cards that just do 30 damage for their attack. That's not really fun or interesting. I replaced them with two Misdreavus instead that have an ability and do 90 damage, I think, on their attack for 2 damage, which is more interesting and as more impactful as a stage 2. But I only put two of them in there. But yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about, Mercury. So I'm just kind of contemplating if I should cut one or both of the Dusknoir lines and put in the Houndstone and um, more Misdreavus, um, or Miss Magus, whatever. Uh, I should put those in there. I have Drifblim and Drifloon that I can put in there as a replacement. But those are all stage 2 lines. So I'd be cutting out two stage 1s. They only evolve once, right? Houndstone and Miss Magus only evolve once. So they're stage 1s. So I'd be cutting out two stage 2 Pokemon lines. And I don't know what effect that would have on the cube. The the Dusknoir with 160 HP, um, uh, 160 is probably the highest HP total in the cube. Um, if not, it's pretty close. I don't think there's one with 170 or 180. So there's some survivability with that Dusknoir, because there's no like EXs or V stars or anything in the cube, but it's still modern Pokemon, so they're like doing crazy amounts of damage. There's a Houndour that does 150, but discard all the energy attached to him. Um, Chandelure's doing a lot of damage. The Gengars have a lot of damage potential as well. Um, yeah. So there's only one fire type line in the cube besides like three fire type Houndoom, and it's Chandelure. The Chandelure line have this mill effect with their attacks and like so like deck burning. Um, so the Dusknoir in the cube are the only ones out of the Dusclops and Duskull that have abilities. Um, they're good abilities. The 160 Dusknoir lets you move around special energy, which is pretty power. That's pretty strong. That's a strong ability. It doesn't have to be your active Pokemon to do that. The other one shuts that Dusknoir down. Just makes special energy null, and just they have no effects and just provide a single colorless. So that shuts down special energy, which I feel like is pretty. That's a pretty strong effect too, and that's like a strategy. There are special energies in the cube. Um, there's a handful of special darkness energies. There's a couple double colorless um, stuff like that. So there's a special energy for grass. There are grass types in the cube as well, specifically Phantump and Trevenant and Delmise, the anchor, the ghost type anchor thing from Sun and Moon. That's not Delmise. And Sprigatito. There's Sprigatito in there because Sprigatito gets to search. Sprigatito searches energy. There's Teal Mask Ogerpon, which does things, and then Sinistea and Sinischa, um, or that line, the matcha ghosts. Um, Shuffle them around to use it. True, very true. And like that's only good if you're moving around. If you get to draft any special energy, which you might not do at all. Um, but moving them around is very good, especially to keep them active instead of letting them go to your graveyard after a knockout. Um, and the other one shuts down special energy. So I was just like, do I cut both of these because one negates the other? So if someone is building a Dusknoir deck, they can't really play both Dusknoir because one shuts the other down completely. Um, I think they're still considered special energy, but um, it removes their effect. Um, Now, most of the special energy in the cube right now that I just happen to have in my collection um, are special darkness energy, uh, which make which gives the dark type Pokemon it's attached to 10 more damage on their attack, which against Dusknoir is like super effective. So that's doing 20 damage. So like there are use cases for these Dusknoir effects. I'm just like because they nullify each other, building a Dusknoir deck specific like focusing on the Dusknoir line heavily. Um, your two Dusknoir, there's two of each in the cube. They don't help each other at all. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But if I cut them, then I can cut another Dusclops and then two uh, Duskull, and then I can throw in the Houndstone line or Driflim, or throw in more Mismagus and stuff like that. Anyway, sorry. Thank you, Mercury. Thank you for your input. I'll have to look to see if I have more of the Dusknoir, um, the spooky shot one, because the archetypes of these cards that are just mismatched from mismatched sets printed in like this one specific product at the end of the year. Um, some of them do specific things, like the Chandelure line, uh, both Litwick, Lantern, and Chandelure all have discard effects on them or mill effects on their attacks, which is convenient. I think they're all from the same set. So that's a strategy with them. Um, Might be a one or two of. Yeah. Well, I want to have more than one copy of them in the cube because I want people to actually be able to find them. Um, uh, the videos I was watching, um, they're like singleton cube drafting, like building a singleton cube in Pokemon is very difficult because of you want to keep the lines together because if you want to play Charizard, you have to find the Charmeleon and Charmander, that kind of thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Katie. Okay, I can get you a good girl now, Moonlight. I'll have to see if I have more copies of one or either of them because I looked at them and I was like, these don't aid each other at all. Like if you want to build a Dusknoir deck, you kind of have to pick one or the other, and there are two ofs in the cube. Um, Granted, they are doing 120 damage, and one of them shuts down special energy. One of them lets you give it gives you some protection for your special energy, especially if they're on something that's going to be knocked out the next turn. Um, so I don't know. There's a use case for both. There's utility in both of them. I'll have to think about it. I haven't played with the cube yet. I haven't been able to draft it with a group yet, so I don't even know how balanced it is right now. Um, I have no idea. I have no clue. Um, uh, but yeah, the Houndstone cards are just output sheer damage. That's all they do. There's no abilities on them. The mismatches that I put in swapped out for some haunters, or swapped in for two haunter cards that don't really do anything interesting. Have an ability that I don't remember what they do. I think they might do something with special energy too. So I don't know. I'll do something with them. All you do is play Pokemon. You know what you're doing. Fair enough, Katie. Fair enough. That's what we're talking about today. Okay, let's get you a good girl, Moonlight, and then we'll get Katie her good girl. Sorry, I got into it there. What, Katie? What? Hi, is it Nork? Hi, Kipty. Sorry, I'm not good with names. I apologize. But how you doing? Thank you for the first time chat swear. Thank you. You passed your driver's test? Let's go. I knew you could do it, Katie. I knew you could do it. You're okay? That's good to hear. I'm just yapping about the Pokemon card game. Um, you got a lot of nicknames. Me too. I've got people that call me Chup Chup. Other people just call me Catch. Uh, I some people call me Bear. Um, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, Nora calls me Chup Chup. It's pretty cute. Alright. Moonlight. You're a very, very good girl, Moonlight.
was not like on my mind when coming up with the design of the model or anything. But I do see it. I do see it. Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. 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 Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. You're very, very good girl, Moonlight. Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. 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 Good girl, Kitty. Yes, don't forget this. Good girl, Kitty. Good girl. Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. 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 Moonlight, thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I think it makes the world a better place, in my humble opinion. Anyway.
Well, I'm glad they're not terrible.
Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. Aw, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. 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 Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. 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 Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl. Oh, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Good girl, Moonlight. Good girl.
Don't lick me, Katie. What are you doing? No. Okay. Yep. That's one of the sub emotes. All right. Thank you for the redeem, Moon Knight. Hopefully that was okay for you, sweetheart. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm sorry it took me so long. And thank you for your input, Mercury. That was genuinely helpful. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. Sorry, stretch. Um, yeah. I think if I were drafting, if I were drafting the cube, or got a draft pack with both Dusknor in it, it depends on when I see them during the draft, but I probably take the one that shuts down special energy. Um, so I think whether I take which one I take depends on if I had already drafted special energy from a previous pack. But if I see them pack one, um, I'd probably take the one that shuts down special energy, just in case some, or if I, because if I had to pass a special energy in a pack, I'm probably going to assume that it's already someone else is going to pick it, and then I would take the one that shuts down special energy, because there's not a ton of special energy cards in the cube. There are ones, there are a handful, and they are very good. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I don't cut either, and then I just let them sit in the cube. I don't know. Maybe I'll play it with them in it first, and then if one of them doesn't perform well enough, then I'll cut them. It's not like it's an irreversible decision either, but you have a lunchbox just full of energy cards. I could use some more fighting fire and grass energy. I could. Um, I went through my whole collection and I sleeved up whatever energy cards I have for the cube. Um, I don't actually have that many grass energy. I don't actually have that many. But then again, the fire and the grass types in the cube are not very plentiful. There's one or two. The fire type only has one line, and then there's the Houndooms, which can evolve from the Houndour because they're the same species. But um, yeah, am I technically a furry? I don't know. I don't. I don't know if I'm equipped to answer that question. Excuse me. Um, but like at the same time, if someone were like someone I trust or know well was like, yeah, you're a furry, and I'd probably be like, yeah, you're probably right, but like, I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's get you a good girl, Katie. Sorry.
True, 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 true. Oh yeah, speaking of nice, today is Femboy Friday, so if you missed today's Femboy Friday posts on Twitter and Blue Sky, they're up there. You probably did miss them. I posted them at like an hour before stream, so because I was busy till like 4 o'clock. So it was just kind of out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. But I did post them today. This week are just pics of the lacy thigh guys. So yeah, they're there on Twitter and Blue Sky. Yeah, but the trainers can be trainer cards are useful. They're pretty useful. I don't know. I haven't had anybody draw me as like a humanoid shaped thing. I don't even know what that would look like, honestly. I have no idea. Hi Mara, hi sweetheart, how are you? How you doing, Mara? I hope you're doing well. I did not ignore you on purpose last time you were here. I would think I was just like, I don't remember what I was yapping about, but I was deep in it. Hi Mara, good to see you. Yes, I do, Katie, I know about them. I have quite a handful right now. I tried to boot up the Just all at one point. Oh my goodness. Katie, you worked very, very hard this week. I'm very, very proud of you for passing your driver's test. You did a very good job. Good girl, Katie. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Oh my goodness, it's been an hour already? What the heck? Just heads up, we have the next ad break about 5 minutes. 4:30 a.m. You should get some sleep, Kipty. Oh, what are those nights on? I'm sorry, I am able to get to sleep soon, Kipty. Nights like those are never a good time. Good girl, Katie. Good girl, 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 good girl. Katie, thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I think it makes the world a better place, in my humble opinion. Anyway, you're a very, very good girl. Thank you for the water, Kimberly. Thank you. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Yes, you are such a good girl. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you, such a good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Katie. Good girl. 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 Good girl, Katie. Good girl. 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 There you go, Katie. Thank you for the reading, sweetheart. Thank you for being patient with me tonight, guys. Thank you. But my day was good, Mara. It was there's a severe heat warning this weekend till Tuesday. But I woke up and it was pretty overcast, even threatening to rain this morning. So like, great, one work at grandma's isn't going to be too bad. It was. So as I was practically done with the mowing of the lawn, it started raining. It did little pitter patters for like a minute or two, a couple minutes, and then the clouds moved away, and then there was nothing blocking the sun, and the rain dried up instantly. So the second half of my lawn work today was under the sun. It was not fun. So I'm a little worn out. A little worn out. But yeah, I'm doing good. Um, Earlier today, pretty much all stream tonight, I was yapping about Pokemon cards because I have a draft cube, Pokemon TCG draft cube that I made out of the Pokemon Trick or Treat bundles that they did from 2020 to 2024, around Halloween time. The things, right? You buy them and then you get the little packs of 3 cards to hand out at Halloween. If I got Pokemon cards
as a little kid for Halloween, I would be the happiest kid ever. Like that would be so cool. Um, but they don't do them anymore. They didn't make one last year. They probably stopped selling well enough for them to bother, which is unfortunate. But they'd come out and then they would just kind of sit on the shelf at the store, like all year, and not move. Um, which is unfortunate because the last one they did, 2024's, has some really pretty foiling in it. It's got the stardust foiling with the swirls in it. Um, I have the Gengar, the dark type Gengar from that Trick or Trade bundle, and the swirl is where the moon is in the artwork. It's gorgeous. They're so pretty. Um, really pretty foils. So I really wish they did them still, but I don't. Anyway, so I bought one from every year, uh, from 2020 to 2024. The first one they released got scalped to heck and back. Um, yeah, uh, because it came out in it was 2020, so everybody was just buying everything Pokemon. Um, and there's this guy on YouTube who's his whole thing is he talks about Pokemon sealed product as an investment. It's like, hey, this thing dropped in price, maybe pick this up to hold, or get this thing, or stuff like that. And he was like, hey guys, he did a review of the Trick or Treat bundle or something, or he's like, guys, calm down. There's nothing worth anything at all in this Trick or Treat bundle thing. It's just for fun for little kids at Halloween time. Chill out. Um, they were sold out. I got one on eBay for like $30, which is way overpriced. But I bought it thinking, okay, because I was excited to open it and then have a complete, quote unquote, complete set. They're just reprints with a Pikachu pumpkin stamp in the corner of the art. That's it. There's no original set symbol or anything, set number, anything like that. They're just straight reprints, with the Pikachu pumpkin Pikachu. So it's like, okay, I'll buy it and then I'll open them until I get one of every card, and then I'll give the rest of the packs to my little cousins to open. Problem is, the first one they did, and maybe the second one too, but definitely the first one, there was no collation at all, like no consistent collation. They're just like bleh. So I was opening it with my brother and like, where's Pikachu? I just needed the Pikachu to complete the set. There was only one Pikachu in the whole thing, and it was in the last pack. So it's like, okay, well. And then the next year they fixed the collation, so you get 3 of each card in the Trick or Trade bundle. There's 3 of each, so there's an even distribution. You get one foil in every pack, um, of 3 cards. Um, and so I got I I got excited about the idea of building a draft cube for Pokemon cards a number of years ago, and then I was looking at my collection, like I don't really have enough to build a draft cube. I don't even have a big enough collection for like a medium or normal size draft cube. I don't. um, I think my cube is like maybe not even 300 cards. It's maybe close to 300. It's it's like 240, 260, 280, something like that. I might have put it up to 350. I don't know. I'd have to recount. Welcome back from the Emperor, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you. Um, but I just don't have a big enough bulk collection of Pokemon cards right now to build a draft cube just with bulk. So thankfully, I had a bunch of complete evolution lines and things from the Trick or Trade bundles. Um, the problem is that those don't come with trainer cards, so I had to source my own. So I basically put anything that was useful or semi-useful in the cube. Um, any trainer card that drew cards, any Pokeball I could find, any Switch, anything. Um, yeah, I did make it, CJ. it's it's right there on the floor. It's on my desk right now because the box is heavy. 700 cards. Nice. I don't know. I haven't counted. I might be close to that, but I don't have enough specific printings of specific Pokemon or anything to build a balanced cube at all. Um, except for the ones in the Trick or Treat bundle, which those cards are printed from 2020 to 2024. Um, but yeah, we'll take the draft cube to locals. I don't know if my local store does Pokemon nights. I know they do. I think they do Friday night magic. I don't know. I don't know if I would. I don't know. Those are all strangers. Um, I don't know. I have some pals that I can convince to test it with me, but I mostly built it because I wanted to. If I never get to play with it, fine. I just think it's neat. Um, but yeah, so the Pokemon the Pokemon in the uh, Trick or Trade bundles, there's no EXs or there's no two prize Pokemon in them, and they're all printed from 2020 2024. And there's a noticeable amount of power creep, not a significant amount from cards printed in 2020 to 2024. Not a ton, um, maybe none at all. Um, so it's a high power cube because a lot of the Pokemon are doing the third stage evolutions, and there's some big basics in there. The Okidogi, Pheasantipiti, and Monkidori uh, are they do a significant amount of damage. There's some Darkrai's in there that do a lot of damage. There's a Houndoom in there that does 150, but you discard all the cards like a Charizard. Um, discard all the energies. So it's a pretty high powered cube. Just as a consequence of when these cards were printed. So they're doing a lot of damage, um, which is maybe a problem for the middle stage evolutions. Um, not having you. So I want them the middle stages, the stage one Pokemon like Haunter and um, Dusclops, things like that. What else? That's mostly that. There's those are the main three stage evolution lines in the cube is Gengar and Dusknoir. Most of them are two stage, like Phantump and Trevenant and um, oh, and there's Chandelure. That's a three stage. Um, anyway, so um, yeah, and I don't have a ton of playsets of a lot of these trainer cards that I put in there, so they're all mostly one ofs. Besides Switch, Pokeball, Potions, Energy Search, Energy Retrieval. I have a copy of Lass, um, which is fun. Anyway, let's get to your praise, Kipti. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry. Um, I tend to get yapping a lot. I apologize. Thank you for being patient with me. Um, okay. Sorry. um, I would be willing to maybe after I double sleeve it. If I'd probably double sleeve it and then maybe take it. But I'd probably have to ask. And I don't think the cube is big enough for like 8 people. It's probably big enough for like six max. Maybe you could get away with 8, probably, but I would need a lot more energy cards and a lot more sleeves. I need another box to just store the sleeved energy cards in. Um, so as of like right now, the cube is probably big enough for 4 people in terms of energies. Um, maybe I don't know. I'd probably do 40 card decks um, with 4 prizes, 4 prize cards. Um, so and so that requires less energies. Anyway, sorry.
Kempty, thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting, spending time with us on the streams. Thank you. Kempty, you work very, very hard. And I'm very, very proud of you. You're very, very sweet. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for giving the stream a chance. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm very, very proud of you. You are loved and deserving of love. I hope you're able to get to sleep soon. And I hope you're able to get some good sleep and have sweet dreams.
Thank you for the praise redeem, Kipty. Thank you. But how are you, CJ? I hope you're doing well. I was yapping. I asked Mercury what he thought. Um, Hi Bartholomew. So in the cube, there's not Bartholomew's. There's two Dusk Noir. There's two Dusk Noir cards. Um, they're essentially the same thing. Um, two Bartholomews. Um, they have the same energy cost for their attack, and the attack does the same amount of damage. They both have abilities, and one has 10 more HP. Um, so, the 160 HP Dusknoir, which is probably the highest HP total of any Pokemon in the cube, besides maybe Chandelure. I think there's a Chandelure with 170, maybe, at least 160. So the 160 Dusknoir, which his attack is called Devour Soul. His ability is called Special Transfer. Yeah, Special Transfer. So this Dusknoir, once per turn, or as often as you'd like during your turn, you can move a special energy from one of your Pokemon to another Pokemon on your. So you can move a special energy from. We were watching a dinosaur documentary. Nice, nice. Those are always a good time. I didn't grow up with walking with dinosaurs. I did watch it. I've seen it. Um, I watched it on Netflix a number of you like a long time ago. I always preferred walking with monsters. Um, walking with monsters and walking with beasts. I liked walking with beasts a lot because it has an Intellidont in it, and hill pigs are very cool. Anyway, so the Devour Soul Dusknoir lets you move around as much as you'd like during your turn. Special energy from one Pokemon to another. Uh, that you own one of your Pokemon, so you can move it. And this lets you, if your active Pokemon is going to be knocked out next turn, like you know it is, you could move the special energy attached to it to one on your bench. So that's preserving that resource instead of that special energy going to the discard pile. The other Dusknoir with 150 HP in the attack called Spooky Shot has the ability Spectral Breach, which says all special energy attached to Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, provide one colorless energy and have no other effects. So one Dusknoir enables special energy strategies and helps protect your special energy from getting discarded. And the other Dusknoir shuts them down completely. So I was prodding Mercury's brain on what he thinks. Mercury suggested cutting the Devour Soul Dusknoir in favor for the Spooky Shot Dusknoir. Just because the Dusknoir that moves around special energy still requires you to have special energy, and it's not like there's a ton in the cube. I only included the ones that I had that actually provide any benefit to the Pokemon typings in the cube, which is not too many. There's two special darkness energy. There's a couple double colorless. There's a grass type special energy, and there's another special energy that provides a colorless that does something else. So there's not too many. Um, but so the Dusknoir that shuts down special energy um, is useful in that it shuts them down. So if you are unable to draft any during the draft, um, it shuts down the special energy and one enables it. The problem is if you want to play, if you're drafting and you pick, you draft into the Dusknoir line, you draft into some, and you pick Dusclops and Duskull. Your options for Dusknoir, the top of the line, right? The second stage. Um, your two choices, you have to pick one or the other to run in your deck because they both contradict each other. I mean, the Dusknoir that moves around special energy would still be able to do that. um, they're still special energy. They just provide a single colorless energy and have no other effects. Um, but the spooky shot Dusknoir has some. They both have use cases, right, and are both have very good effects, in my opinion. Moving around to special energy lets you keep it around active on the field. Um, and these abilities, you don't have to have Dusknoir as your active Pokemon to do them. They're more of a passive or a Pokebody thing. But I think now they just kind of streamline Poke abilities and Pokebodies into one thing just as abilities. Um, some abilities you have to activate, and some are just passive. Anyway, so the dilemma is like if you're drafting heavily into the Dusknoir line, eventually you're going to have to pick one or the other, most likely. And that would depend on if you've drafted into if you've been able to draft some special energy cards. If you haven't, Spooky Shot Dusknoir is very good because it shuts down special energy that your opponents are using. But if you do have special energy, the Devour Soul Dusknoir is very good because it lets you, you can manipulate them around your field. Excuse me, and keep them safe from being discarded from a knockout, that kind of thing. Um, so they're both very good, I think. But it's probably better for the cube to have one or the other. Probably. Um, I don't know if I have more copies of either. I might look into that after stream or tomorrow. Um, if I can find another copy of Devour Soul Dusk, or either or, I'll probably cut the other two, the two from the other Spooky Shot or other Devour Soul Dusknoirs. Um, but yeah, anyway, so I just wanted some input on that from Mercury because I know Mercury plays card games. Um, yeah, they're both very cool cards. They both do the same amount of damage for the same energy, and they're printed 2 years apart. Spooky Shot Dusknoir came out in 2020, and Devour Soul Dusknoir came out in 2022. So I guess there's some power creep in the HP. Went from 150 to 160, but yeah, I don't know. And cutting, or if I cut one of these Dusknoir completely, that lets me cut a Dusclops and a couple of Dusclops and a couple Duskull, which lets me put in some other Pokemon like Houndstone and more Mismagus. Or more Phantom and Trevenant to make the grass type more consistent, or more Litwick and Lantern and Chandelures to make fire the fire type in the cube more consistent. I might do that anyway. um, that probably help them. Um, there are fighting type Pokemon in the cube, but I don't have any more to add. Um, the first Joker Trade bundle had Cubone reprinted in it, and because of the collation sucked, I got like 5 copies of the Cubone. So there's 5 Cubone in there, with I think 2 or 3 Lycanroc and Galarian uh, Cofagrigus in there. There's 2 of each of those. And then there's 3 Okidogi. Or maybe just 2. It's really windy outside. Oh my goodness. Um, but yeah, so yeah. Anyway, I haven't been able to draft with the cube at all, so I don't even know how balanced it is right now in its current state. Regardless, I want it to be a fun draft experience and consistent, and um, people are able to draft and build consistent strategies and things. The the abilities on those Dusknors are very cool. I like them a lot, and they do things. So I don't want to cut Dusknor from the cube completely. I don't want to do that. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Sorry, my throat's kind of dry. I've been yapping a lot tonight. All right, let's get to your good boy, Bartholomew. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you. But how are you, CJ? You never answered how you're doing. I don't know if you're still here, but I hope you're doing well, CJ. Um, but yeah, I suppose I would be open to taking it to a game night at an LGS. Um, I think I'd uh, I think I'd only do that if I'm able to double sleeve it. Um, but yeah, okay, you're doing well. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Um, but yeah, so if anyone listening to the VOD or anything has any input on if I should keep the which Dusknor to keep, because I think I should cut one of them, um, or if you think I should keep both of them in the cube. I don't know. There's some other things in the cube I kind of am thinking of cutting, like a Spectrier, because it's just a big basic, and I don't want big basics to swing the game too hard. But yeah, you think I should keep both? Maybe. I want to. Maybe I'll decide after if I can find more copies of either of them. I don't think I have any more copies of them. If I do, I might cut one for the other. It's just that they're both Dusk Noir. So if you're drafting into the Dusk Noir line, you have to pick one or the other. You can't play both, which is probably fine. Um, but picking one or the other early in the draft kind of locks you out of specific things. Like if you pick the Spooky Shot one, you don't really get to play Special Energy. You still can, but they shut down your and your opponent's Special Energy. And if you pick the Devour Soul Dusknoir, you get to, that synergizes with your special energy that you draft. Um, so there's not a ton. There's not a ton of them. Um, so I can see Spooky Shot. I can definitely see why Mercury said to cut Devour Soul for and then keep Spooky Shot. Just because special energies aren't like super abundant in the cube. and there's already a lot of like kind of disruptive effects in the cube anyway. The Chandelure line has this mill theme and burn and mill theme. There's other effects that like there's a lot of psychic and dark types, so there's a lot of like poisoning guys and confusing and all this stuff. So maybe the cube's theme is just disruption. um, but if I find more copies of Spooky Shot, I'll probably cut Devour Soul and Spectrier and put more of those in there. Put more Spooky Shot in there. I don't know how. Either have like one or two more laying around in a tin or something. Um, but yeah, so um, and kind of out of necessity of like having a minimum amount of cards for a decent sized draft cube for at least 4 people. Um, there's remo- energy removal and stuff like that. There's not a ton of gust effects. There's not a ton of gust of wind. I only have one copy of gust of wind, and I think there's 2 copies of boss's orders, but they're both different arts, or maybe just one. So, um, yeah. But it's pretty high power anyway, so I don't know. I haven't had the chance to draft with it yet. I've thought about building decks with the cards in the cube just to try things out, and maybe I'll do that. Um, Maybe I'll ask my brother if whenever he has free time if he wants to try that with me. Um, but anyway, sorry. Let's get you a good boy, Bartholomew. Sorry. I said that like 3 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. I am into the yaps tonight. I apologize.
Good boy, Bartholomew. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy.
Yeah, I preferred walking with beasts and walking with monsters over. I watched those two the most. I did. Just because I like Dimetrodon a lot. And the Lystrosaurus segment is very fun. And Entelodont. The Entelodont in there, and Smilodon, and I think there's a terror bird scene with it fighting Smilodon. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while.
You're a very, very good boy, Bartholomew. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Spending time with us on the stream. Thank you, thank you. You're a very, very, very good boy. You are very, very hard this week, Bartholomew. And I'm very, very proud of you. you for being who you are and doing what you do. I remember I said this. I probably repeated this many times for these regimes tonight. I apologize. Very, very proud of you. Thank you for being who you are and doing what you do, Bartholomew. Thank you. I think it's one of my advice and my humble opinion. Anyway. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy.
Thank you for the follow, Ruby Rose G2. Thank you, thank you. How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. The economy, that's good. Okay.
Good boy, Bartholomew. Good boy. You're very, very good boy. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, good boy, Bartholomew. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. You're a very, very good boy. Yes, you are such a good boy. Good boy, Bartholomew. Good boy, 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 good boy.
Russian opera, oh my goodness. It's a boy, I see, I see. I think I've been to an opera twice. I think they were both school field trips in elementary. I think one time we went and we took like a tour of one. I don't know if the building exists anymore. And then we went to like a pretty big opera house. Um, and I think it was fourth grade. And we had to like dress up, and I hate wearing the white shirt and tie. I hate wearing ties. I don't like them. Um, they're not comfortable, in my opinion. Anyway, so I was already in the bad mood because I had to wear my church clothes on a field trip. And we go and we sit down, and I fell asleep. I don't remember any of it. I remember all I remember is walking down the hall to get to our seats, sitting down next to my friend, talking, and then before it starts, and then I fell asleep, and then him waking me up. So it was time to go. So I fell asleep. Um, you would pay to see if a boy wearing a tie. I see. I see. Well, not me. um, I don't like wearing them. My grandpa also hated them. Um, I remember being a little kid, and I would be like, I don't like wearing ties, and then somebody would be like, well, when you're 12, you gotta wear them every week, because it's like part of the dress code of like being a young Mormon man, young being a young man in Mormonism when you turn 12. Um, uh, he yeah, they were like, you gotta be dressed nice, which sure, yeah, for sure. But like, I did not like wearing ties. I think I got used to it, and then I stopped wearing them. Uh, I don't go to church anymore. Um, I am not a practicing Mormon anymore. Anyway, so I haven't worn them for a while, and one of my cousins got married last month, and I was trying to tie my tie, and I was following this video of this very handsome man. Like he was like oddly, he was gorgeous. He had really pretty blue eyes, and he's like, "Here's how to tie your tie," um, and it was like, wow. And so I would do it, and then I could never get the length right, and we had to leave soon, so I was like, okay, whatever. So I just didn't wear a tie, wear a bow tie. My cousin who got married likes to wear bow ties, but yeah, it's not relevant anymore. But the ties might also just have been not the right size for me anymore. I don't know. I was trying. I tied the tie like 5 times and I couldn't. I followed the steps. I just couldn't get the length right. The tie might have just been too short anyway. Um, but so I just didn't wear the tie because we had to go. Um, but yeah, my grandpa. Um, this grandpa was in the Air Force. Both of my grandfathers fought in Vietnam. One was in the Air Force, and the other was uh, in the Marines. I'm pretty sure it was either Army or the Marines. Um, yeah, and so my grandpa that was in the Air Force immigrated to the U.S. through um, from the UK through the Air Force. Um, and he decided to stay here because he met my grandma worked as like a secretary at the 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 base, the Air Force base, and they met there. So he decided to not re-sign or sign up for another term or whatever it's called. um, oh, sorry, it's a state holiday, so there's some fireworks, I guess. Yeah. Well, I do, but I don't know them. My grandpa was an only child. Um, so they're like, uh, yeah. I don't know any of them, but they're there, I guess. Um, um, and my other grandpa was born here and was in the Marines. Um, the only story from him that I can recall right now was that, well, two, I guess. He had to shave like every day to be clean shaven. I was cursed with his genes. My hair grows really fast, um, so he had to shave like every day to not get yelled at. And I think you told a story of there was this guy that like guarded like this tent with like food in it. I don't remember, but this guy learned how to sleep with his eyes open. Which that sounds awful. Oh my goodness. Um, but yeah. So he learned how to sleep with his eyes open. Um, yeah, my sorry if those fireworks are loud. It sounds like it's the neighbor or people down the street in a cul-de-sac, maybe. I don't know. Um, that's not. Those are fireworks. Those are fireworks. I hope they're not too loud. It's really windy though. I don't know. Like it is schmoving outside. Yeah, it probably would have been better to have someone tie my tie for me, but I wanted to do it, and I'd rather just not wear it anyway. So it worked out, I guess. Okay, we can actually just figure out how many special energy are in the cube. After when you left, you started commercial fishing. Okay, that's super cool. Yeah, both my grandpas fought in Vietnam. Uh, my grandpa on my dad's side did not want my dad to sign up, um, but he did, and like he got back from boot camp or whatever, and then they like wrestled in the front yard. I don't know. I was not born yet, so I did not witness it. Um, but my dad was in the army. He was a line cook or whatever it's called. He was a cook. He was never in combat. Um, they were worried he was my mom was really worried that he would have to be deployed when 9/11 happened. Luckily, he didn't. Um, I think he was out shortly after that. He is no longer in the army. But he wasn't allowed to drive the truck with the trailer because he was terrible at backing up with a trailer. But my grandpa did not like that my dad signed up. Late 60s. I see. I see. I think my uncle's that old. I have an uncle born around then, I think. Sorry, I'm just looking through the trainer cards for the uh, special energy. I don't know specifically the year my uncle was born, but yeah, it's around. He's in his 60s. He also really likes dinosaurs. Uh, he stated on multiple occasions that when he goes, he's going to leave all of um, his plastic dinosaurs to me, and his husband, my other uncle, is like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. my my uncle was even so gobsmacked that I didn't have a bunch of plastic dinosaur toys that when they came to visit one time, he bought like a baggie of plastic dinosaurs for me, um, which I then gave to my little cousin because I found that he really likes dinosaurs. So for Christmas, I gave him um, the plastic dinosaurs. I kept the Triceratops because that's my uncle's favorite. So, um, yeah. So, um, my little cousin is like 4. I think it was like Thanksgiving. Um, after we were done eating, or we had eaten dinner, we were just sitting on the couch, and my little cousin, um, he uh, had learned. He'd been talking for at least a couple months, maybe a year. I don't know. But we were sitting on the couch next to each other, and he was talking to me about stuff. I could barely understand what he was saying. um, but he's super cute. But he was just blabbing to me, and then I think it was my aunt or uncle was like, he's never talked that much to anybody. So uh, he took a liking to me. Affirmations, you got it. Just let me look through the rest of this fistful of cards. One, there's not one. There's another one. There's another one. Okay. So I now have all of the special energies in the cube. It's not actually too many. there's there's a fistful. Okay. Sorry if those fireworks are really loud. I don't actually know if the mic's picking them up at all. Those are fireworks. Those are fireworks. Girl, please, you got it. Do you prefer to go by Ruby or Rose? Cute voice, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. I've had people compliment me on my voice. Rose, you got it. I think Sterling was like, I'm impressed with your femboy voice. I've heard a lot of people uh, put a lot of work into it, or they sound fake. And like, this is just how I talk. So, yeah. Arch walks on the water because he wanted to deepen the port. I see.
Okay. Bartholomew, you are loved and deserving of love. You're very sweet. It's always good to see you. Thank you for looking and chatting, spending time with us on the streams. You work very, very hard, and I'm very, very proud of you. Sorry, I'm trying to think of more affirmations. Like what? You are loved and deserving of love. I'm trying to.
Hold on, let me look up a list of affirmations real quick. Sorry, I haven't had people ask for affirmations in a while. List. Okay. All right, I've got a list here. All right.
I'm just gonna read these. You are enough just as you are. Your unique perspective is important. You should trust your intuition and your choices. In every moment, you are exactly where you need to be. These are like things you say to yourself in the mirror every morning. Sorry, I don't know if these are too cheesy. You should choose joy and peace today or tomorrow. It's late. You breathe in healing and exhale the things that burden your heart. You have the power to create the life you desire. Sorry, the fireworks are making me jump. You are calm, grounded, and relaxed. You can lean on others for support. You are capable of handling difficult situations. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. Your past does not define your future. You allow yourself to evolve and change. You invite abundance and a generous heart into your life. You are open to new opportunities and adventures. You celebrate your progress no matter how small. You are capable of balancing ease and effort in your life. You attract positive experiences and supportive people.
There you go. I got that list. I hope that was good. Hopefully those weren't too cheesy. Let me drink some water. My throat's pretty dry. It was good. Okay, that's good. Sorry, I couldn't think of any on my own. Okay. Those were just the things I say for praise redeems. At the beginning there. All right, Rose. We can get you your good go redeem now. Thank you for being patient with me, sweetheart. Thank you. And thank you for the follow, sweetheart. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your stay. I do ASMR streams like this every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and we do handcam ASMR on Sundays. The rest of the week we play games. We'll be playing some Destiny 2, and Kazi will be Cosmic will be joining us again tomorrow evening. I'm excited. I don't know if my brother will be playing or joining us. I don't know. We'll see. Usually people at your level call you the Baron. Oh my goodness. Baron Bartholomew. I think it's fun when people give their pets names like that. Baron or Lord or stuff like that. I think it's fun. Okay.
Rose, thank you for being here, sweetheart. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Spending time with us on the stream. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I see. It's not because that's the name of your cat. Or did you name your cat because of that too? Very, very, very good girl. I want to gotcha. You're a very good girl, Rose. You worked very, very hard this week. And I'm very, very proud of you, sweetheart. You're a very, very good girl. Good. Girl, Rose, good girl. Okay. Good girl, Rose, good girl. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. Such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. Oh, look at you. Such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Such a good girl. 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 Good girl, Rose. Good girl. Oh, look at you. Such a good girl. Yes, you are. Good girl, Rose. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
All right. There you go, Rose. Thank you for the redeem, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully that was okay for you, sweetheart. Thank you for being patient with me. All right. We do have the final ad break here in about 4 minutes. We'll probably raid Emmy tonight. I'd raid Melty, but we raided Melty Wednesday. Did we raid Melty Wednesday? We raided Melty semi recently. So we'll raid Emmy. Because we haven't raided Emmy. I don't think we raided Emmy last week. And Sucrose won't be streaming this weekend, so you know, we can save some people to read on Sunday. Okay, let's see. How many special energies is this? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 special energy. Not a ton. There's 2 memory energies. These are literally just what I found in my collection, in my binder and tins and things that were useful in the cube or applicable to the Pokemon in the cube. There's 2 turbo double energies. 2 darkness energy. An upper energy and a gift energy. Need that? Happy to help, Rose. Happy to help, sweetheart. Excuse me, sorry, burp. That's why I do this. There's a regular double colorless energy. Excuse me, burp. That was a hiccup and a burp. Okay, Bartholomew. But yeah, we'll be calling it a night here in about 12 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how lost we get in the yaps. And a hiding dark energy and an aromatic grass energy. So there's a handful, but not a ton. I would love to put in more double colorless. So I think I could probably safely cut the Devour Soul Dusk Noir until maybe I get more special energies to put in the cube. Maybe I'll ask some friends if they have some bulk lying around. They could donate. Hi, Sucrose. You give me something? Okay. I don't know if that'll ever happen. Probably not anytime soon. Hi, Moonlight. How you doing, sweetheart? Hi, Sucrose. We were just talking about you. I gotta figure out who I'm rating on Sunday. You're gonna break the chain. You're not streaming on Sunday, so I don't know who to raid. Good night, Bartholomew. Thank you for chatting with me. I appreciate you. Have a good night. How you doing, Moonlight? Welcome back. It's not like I won't have anyone to raid. I just don't know who it'll be. Um, did we raid Melty on Wednesday? I feel like we raided Melty recently. Yeah, I think I was going to raid Raven, I think, but Melty didn't. Melty was still alive. You're in a hotel right now. Is it a nice one? Are you comfortable? All right, you put these back in the box. It's comfy enough. That's good. That's good. Not amazing, but not bad. Okay. I haven't been in a hotel in a really long time. I haven't had a reason or opportunity to. Um, I've been on some road trips more recently than I have been in a hotel. Um, but we just kind of, it was more of a day trip kind of deal of a road trip. Um, I went to a national park a couple years ago with my dad and my uncle. That was a day trip. Um, and we went to another state for a funeral a couple years ago. We drove up there and then drove back. We were gone all day. It's like a 4 hour drive, maybe longer. Didn't get home till like midnight. Just trying to get sleepy right now because it's earlier than you'd normally go to bed. Oh, time zone stuff. Oofers. And it's also just, um, I find it difficult to fall asleep in a place that I've never slept in before, or that's not my room or my bed. When I was when I was staying, when I was on my little week-long hiatus while I was staying with my grandma at the beginning of May, um, I had trouble falling asleep, mostly because her house was hot. It was way too warm. She does not like turning on the AC. Um, and the room I was staying in had a ceiling fan. Not that it was doing much. um, and the bed is just not. The bed was not comfortable. It was really tall. It was on a. There was a box spring thing, like the thing that you put a mattress on to raise it in height, and then the mattress itself. Um, I felt like I was gonna. I like laying on my side, and if I laid on my side facing the wall, I felt like I was gonna fall off the bed. So the most comfortable position I found was just I curl up in a ball and lay against the wall. That's the most comfortable sleeping position I discovered. Nice to be here so far. That's good. That's good. You saw a bear? Nice. Nice. I've just been yapping about Pokemon cards all night. Um, uh, I have a Pokemon draft cube. I don't know if you play card games, Sucrose, but I built up a draft cube, which Pokemon cards, Pokemon packs are not built like Magic packs, where Magic packs are kind of built with the intention that you're going to draft them, um, or the set is built to facilitate that. In Pokemon, um, it's a very difficult task to just draft from a pack, mostly because you have where in Magic you can just kind of mash 40 cards together and still play. The game may not be fun or great. You might not have a good time, but it it'll function maybe. Whereas Pokemon, you need the specific evolution lines, right? If you want to play if you draft a Charizard card, you have to find a Charmander or Charmeleon. Also, the Pokemon card packs now are like 9 cards a pack. There where they used to be like 11 or 12 cards back in like the Sun and Moon era, which is really sad. um, like they used to have 12, 11 card packs. Now it's 9. It sucks, and they're still the same price, right? I don't know. Anyway, so they're not Pokemon packs. Sealed Pokemon packs are not built for drafting. So if you want a draft experience with Pokemon cards, you either you need to like bend the rules really heavily if you're using sealed packs, which uh, you you can still do like a sealed format in Pokemon where you open like 6 packs and build a deck. You can still do that, but you can't really draft where you open a pack, look at the cards, take one, pass it to your left, um, and then you pick one from the pack that was handed to you, and then you do that till all the cards are gone. Can't really do that with Pokemon. You can definitely play sealed with Pokemon. They do that. There's the little booster bundles, right, for release events and things with like 6 or however many packs are in there now. I don't actually know. Um, so if you want to draft Pokemon cards, you kind of have to build that yourself. Um, and that's called a cube. We don't really know where the term cube came from. Pe- People say that the word cube, came from the fact that the guy who made the first cube kept it in a cube shaped box. But storing cards in a cube shaped box is kind of a pain in the butt because you either have to stack them on top of each other depending on how whatever, right? No one stores their cards in a cube shaped box. They're all rectangles or squares, rarely cubes. Um, uh, anyway, so a cube is a curated list of cards that you shuffle uh, them all together, and then you randomly distribute. Then you separate them into 15 card booster packs, quote unquote, and then give 3 to uh, each player. Typically, a draft is 6 to 8 people, and there's like a minimum size for a cube for that many people. I think that's around 360 cards. My cube, I don't think is that size. I don't think it's 300 cards. It might be close to 360. Um, I think I counted them. I counted them a couple months ago, and it was like 280 something. Um, Anyway, so there's a minimum size for a cube. You can make cubes smaller, but those are usually for you're only going to be able to do a draft with like 2 or 4 people. Um, my favorite Pokemon is Apom. I have the Sitting QD's Apom right here. Um, Apom is my favorite not because I used him in a game. It's because I have a plushie of him. I was at Walmart with my dad when I was like 7 or 8, maybe 9. Um, and this is around the Diamond and Pearl era. And Apom features prominently in the Diamond and Pearl anime. So I think that's why we got one. But they were just those Pokemon plushies that sit in the little cardboard bins at the toy aisle at Walmart. Um, and typically when I was growing up, I'd be like, "Dad, can I have this?" And he's like, "Well, do you have your own money? Do you have your own money to pay for it?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, I guess not then." But for whatever, I don't know how I convinced my dad, or if my dad was like, "Okay, this is like $3, sure." But he's like, "Okay, but you have to do chores or whatever to earn it." So I was like, "Okay." So we bought it, and then we got home, and Apom stayed in the trunk of my dad's Malibu for I don't know how long, but I was very excited to finally receive Apom, and my brother has a Chimchar plushie and they're both monkeys or simians. One is a monkey, one is an ape, right? Uh, Chimchar is an ape. Apom is a monkey, but they're still relatives. Anyway, so we treated them as brothers when we played with them and all this stuff. So, um, it wasn't until Gold and Silver were re-released on the Nintendo 3DS eShop where I was finally able to play a Pokemon game using an Apom. Um, and yeah, so Apom's my favorite because of a plushie, not because I used it in the game and was like, this is awesome. Also, I just think Apom's fun. Um, and Apom in the Detective Pikachu movie is like weird. I don't like how he looks. They look weird. Um, but I like that Apom is in the Detective Pikachu movie. It's like that meme where you go, "Ooh, I know that." Anyway, Apom is my favorite. Do you have a favorite Pokemon, Rose? Um, but yeah, so a draft cube is you curate the list of cards yourself. So you balance it yourself. You can build around a theme or an era or a block in the card game. So you could build there's a lot of cubes with uh, from the WotC era, from base to Neo or base to Fossil, base to um, Jungle, or certain years like 2003 to 2006. That's the Gen 3 era, and then, or you build around a theme like specific Pokemon or whatever. The cube I built, as kind of out of necessity, I used cards from the Trick or Trade bundles. Trick or Trade bundles. Um, from 2020 to 2024. So I don't know how balanced it is. The cards included in the Trick or Treat bundles are not balanced for play. They're just included because they're vaguely spooky, like the Gengar line, Houndour, Houndoom, the Chandelure line, Phantump, Trevenant, Cubone, Zubat, but no Golbat or Crobat, so I can't really use Zubat in the cube. Um, I could, but so out of necessity for this cube, I have to use the mutation rule, where as long as the Pokemon is of the same type, it can evolve into that stage 1 or stage 2 that is the same typing. So you could evolve a Ghastly into a Banette, and then the Banette into a Dusknoir, just out of necessity, because there's a really cool Umbreon card that was printed in the Trick or Trade bundle that is very cool, but there's no EVs in the Trick or Trade bundle. So, um, yeah. But Cube is a draft is very fun. Um, I haven't gotten the chance to play with this cube yet. Um, I have to convince my pals to play it with me at some point. Name isn't an ape. Yeah, and for an ape's not. He has a tail, right? It defaults from an ape to a monkey. I didn't think of that. And like, does Infernape have a flame at the end of its tail? He's gotta, right? He's gotta. That's for sure. Evil Eye? Let me look that one up. I don't know if I know that Pokemon. Not off the top of my head. Oh, Eevee. I googled Evil Eye, Evoli Pokemon, and Eevee came up. Eevee's a very cute Pokemon. Very cute. Okay, give me a moment to blow my nose, and we'll get Sucrose, her good girl, and then we'll raid out to Emmy here. And hi, Lexi. I'm not ignoring you. Was not ignoring you on purpose. I was just yapping about Pokemon cards. I apologize. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. And you weren't interrupting, Sucrose. You're fine. I yap a lot. There are some streams where I am constantly doing good girl, good boy redeems and mouth sounds. And then there's weeks where chat lets me yap for 2 hours straight. So, you know. But hi, Lexi. I hope you've been well. Good to see you.
Alright. Also, I've been yapping for a couple hours straight, and my throat's a little scratchy. So, sorry if I'm clearing my throat a bit. So gross. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking and chatting. Thank you for spending time with us on the streams. Thank you. It's always good to see you. Always good to see you, so gross. You're a very, very good girl. You worked very, very hard this week, Sucrose. And I'm very, very proud of you. You're a very, very good girl, Sucrose. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Hi, Blob. Good girl, good girl. I've gotta cut it off here. Any more redeems after Bob's smooches I will not be able to get to. I need to eat dinner and go to bed. You're a very, very good girl, girl. Good girl, 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 so girls, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Also, it is a state holiday, so there are neighbors lighting fireworks. So, apologies if they are audible and loud. There were louder ones earlier tonight. Sorry about that. We're not done, Sucrose, but you're welcome. Sucrose, thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. I think makes the world a better place, in my humble opinion. Anyway, you're a very, very good girl, Sucrose. Good girl, Sucrose, good girl. You're a very, very good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Sucrose, good girl. Oh, look at you, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, Sucrose, good girl. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Good girl, Sucrose, good girl. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Good girl, 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 good girl. Good girl, Sucrose, good girl. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are such a good girl. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Good girl, good girl. Good girl, Sucrose. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl.
There we go. Thank you for the redeem, Sucrose. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully that was alright for you. Alright, Blob, are you still here? Are you still here, Blobman? And get your smooches now. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you. You're welcome, Sucrose. I'm glad it was good. What's that? Sorry, I think someone dropped something on the floor upstairs. That was just convenient timing of me putting my water jug down, or something fell off my dresser. I don't know. I don't know what that was. Okay. All right. Here's your smooches, ball man, and then I will get out of you guys' hair. Alright, I'll count down from 10 to 1. And then I'll be your smooches, Bobman. And then we'll get the right going here. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Alright, there you go, Blumman. Thank you for the redeemed sweetheart. Thank you. Alright, I gotta go. I need to go stuff my face with Sloppy Joes and go to bed. I can't sleep in too late. I got a Pokemon Tabletop United session tomorrow afternoon, so I can't sleep too late. And I need to sleep. I need to catch up on sleep. I was really tired this morning. I did not want to get up, but I needed to. Okay. Give me one moment to swap my headphones and we'll get the right going here. We're going to go say hi to Emmy. Yeah, Andy is doing just chatting. All right. We'll go say hi to Emmy. Of course, Rose. I hope you enjoy your stay. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you. I'm glad this stream was nice. So, tomorrow will be some more Destiny 2 with Cosmic and maybe my brother. We'll see. Um, and uh, and then Sunday is our handcam ASMR. Um, yeah, so that's the rest of this week. Um, yeah, so give me one moment. I will be right back. Also, I upload all my VODs to YouTube. If you need more of my ASMR content, it's on YouTube. The YouTube channel is the same name there as here. Um, the at is anyway. There's a big long playlist with all the ASMR VODs. I don't know how long it is right now. It's pretty large. Um, the playlist is sorted from oldest to newest. So if you want the more recent stuff, just go to recent uploads. Um, and there's a playlist for all the games we've played too, most of them anyway. Um, if you want to watch all the really old VODs, that probably suck. That probably are very very good streams. But yeah, there's the VODs on YouTube if you need them. I've done a handful of role plays. Um, I did three, I think. I did one. The first one I did was M for M, and then a bunch of people asked me to do an M for A, so I redid it as M for A. Both are all of them are just me ad libbing or improving. Um, so if they suck, it's just me talking off the dome. Um, and then I did a third one. Um, I think the first one is me putting you back to sleep after a nightmare, and then the other one is me comforting you after work, I believe. So yeah, they're there if you want them. Um, you might have to dig for some of them. If you sort uploads or videos on the channel by most popular, you'll probably find the M for M one. Um, but yeah, I need to put those in their own playlist at some point. I need to do that. I'm probably gonna forget tomorrow, but anyway, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. We're gonna go say hi to Emmy. Please be nice to Emmy. Emmy also recently hit partner the past couple weeks. I think last month. Um, uh, please give Emmy some of her ASMR super cozy. She does a lot of co-working ASMR and the sort. Um, and her model is super cute. She's a bunny. Um, but yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for spending time with me tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Excuse me, burp. Sorry. Thank you for the follow, Rose and Kibti. Thank you, thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow for some more Destiny 2 with Kazi and probably my brother. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Um, my brother said he can join me every other week, but he still joined me for like 30 minutes last week. So I don't know. Um, but for sure with Kazi. Um, so look forward to that. And we have some more hand cam on ASMR on Sunday. And then next week will be the schedule as usual. Um, yeah, good night, guys. Please take care of yourselves. Get some food, get some water if you haven't eaten or drank anything recently. Take your meds, take your vitamins, brush your teeth, floss, mouthwash, all the things. Put on some cozy pajamas. I hope you get some good sleep, Sucrose and Rose and everybody. Good night, guys. Please give Emmy a follow, give her some love, please. Bye bye.